Good evening, everyone. Man, what a mess. Trying to find a place to sit. Gotta grab my water. So, how are you doing? Um, I've been having a great day, actually. Great week. Great weekend. Great to be alive right now. This is I don't know where to get. Yes, I'm in my big old robe. It's 50 something degrees, and that's when I get cold. And trying to get the light off my glasses. Think again. Do you need it? What are you saying, Dorinda? Yeah. Get your butt up here. Well, I just wanted to say something. There's a lot of people hurting. There's a lot of people mad. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of this evil trying to divide people. Now, can't let it. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. I'm telling you, keep holding it all, and it's gonna be like cancer and eat you up. You have to just find your happy place and get there. That's all I can tell you. Um, I don't care if I'm being blamed for anything. I don't care if I'm your issue. I hope that you solve it. Um, what I do care about is there was a group that I felt a very strong, very strong bond with. And I feel like someone took the scissors and just snipped that tether, and that hurts. And that's my only pain right now. And what's done is done, and I can't do anything about it. And so last night, my title was Forgiveness. Explanation for that, since it appears I need to make one. This is my home. This is my home all around me. This is my home when you come into this channel. And I feel that if my door is open to you, I don't need to explain any forgiveness. I've opened my door. Love you all. When I say that, I mean it. And that's all I have to say about that. Dorinda, my dear, how are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
I
Okay.
saw today that you were not on Heather's show.
Mm-mm.
Um, you need to go watch it. Okay?
Really? Okay.
You need to go watch it, and you need to put your dream catcher near a window. Just
I
saying.
know this. It's yes. I know. I know that it's not in the right place, and uh, I've actually been trying to figure out where I want to put it because it's over.
Hang it
This
on a
is my
string and hang
granddaughter,
it off the curtain rod. There you go, in front of the window.
right? Yeah,
Because
I need to
I
move
know
it.
when my aunt made me mine, her instructions were it goes by the head of your bed and at a window. I said, what if your head of your bed's not at the window? She said, then put it on the damn window. It goes on the window. Okay. My
Yeah,
kids
and
had
this,
a window in their room, but they had a 3-dimensional one that I got them. So I hung it
yeah,
off the ceiling light.
yeah,
And so that it was kind of like the window was across from the ceiling light.
yeah.
Because it wouldn't have fit if I hung
And
it off the curtain rod because it was like 3-dimensional. It was 2 actual ones together. Like one went
yeah,
this way and one went this way. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
that is cool. Well, this is my granddaughter's bed, my older one, and she was having the bad dreams, and that's why I thought over her head. But then it was explained to me that it needs to, and I knew that. I really did, but I had forgotten it
Forgot.
until it was brought up again, and I was like, "Yeah, I need to move that." But she doesn't. She's moving to another room, so uh, if she wants to put it in her room, then that's why I've just left it there until I see what she's going to do, and then I'll move it.
No problem. I saw it and I was giggling. And I went back and I muted your channel so that I could go on live stream and not be me. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, Heather's show was really, really good today. You were missed.
really.
Yes, you were.
Hmm,
If I'm not mistaken, you were mentioned.
really.
I can't remember. It might have been me, actually. Who the hell knows that, right? I don't know. Or somebody in chat mentioned, where's Bonnie?
Bonnie's gone.
Well, no, you got to watch today's show because it's pertinent.
It's what?
That's why I'm telling you to watch the show. Oh, and I have an address for you. Hang on a minute. Private chat. Post, paste. There we go. Send. I put it in private chat, the YouTube address for that Solstice thing.
Okay.
Okay. I found it today. In the process of trying to get rid of, 1,000 freaking bookmarks that I'm doing each one individually because I got some bookmarks today and after I put them all on my stick, I got some more bookmarks, so I don't want them to go away. Oh my God. It's a
Yep.
freaking nightmare.
You have a robe on too?
Hmm?
You have a robe on too?
I have one of these.
No, are you wearing a robe?
No, I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking I'm going to go turn the heat up a little bit because I'm a little bit chilly.
That's why I'm wearing a robe, because
It's when my husband went back to work today. He went to work early, but that's okay too. But every time he comes in here, he turns the fucking heat down on me. I go to work, I come home, the heat's at 10. He's got a big fucking sweatshirt on and sweatpants. I don't. I have a sweatshirt on and pajama bottoms. And yes, they're fuzzy pajama bottoms. but you still get chilly once in a fucking while. And then he
Yeah.
comes and he opens the door every 10 minutes. It's like, fuck off, I'm freezing. So I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
I
Sounds
have
good.
to I have to go to the washroom because I kind of was busy doing the bookmarks and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I gotta hurry up. Bonnie's gonna come on, and then I heard you, and my screen was black. I had to refresh YouTube. I was like, damn it, damn it, damn it.
It's okay, hon.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, I don't think anybody's even here, so I don't need to sit here and talk to nothing myself. Oh, what a time to be alive. I was going to go video lights tonight. I forgot about that. I'll have to do it tomorrow. Do a light video. Share that with everybody. Or whoever wants to look. Oh, Gigi, where are you? Hey, Lisa. How are you doing, honey?
Hi, Lisa. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
Oh, that's all
I'm a
right.
little excited.
I have got to get new glasses. I cannot wait. These are, they don't work. They work for reading okay. I need new glasses.
I have bifocals, but these ones here are especially for the computer.
Yeah.
So when I
That's the
stupidly
third.
wear these to work, I'm okay on the computer, but I can't see shit.
Yeah.
I'm
And
like, oh, hang on, take the glasses off. Yeah, then have to go to the computer. I'm like, oh, hang on. It's like ridiculous.
and that's I on my driver's license it says I have to wear glasses to drive. And oddly enough, I see better now without my glasses than with them. So I put on sunglasses so they don't know that they're not prescription and if I get pulled over. But so it's changed and so I just need to go and get my eyes checked and see what I need now because
Yeah.
I definitely need them to read, but I do see better without them just around me.
So the next time you get your license renewed, you have to change that.
If I don't need them for driving, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is I can't see the odometer. So I try to stay up with the traffic.
You need bifocals then, my friend.
Yes, but the top probably needs to be weaker
Yeah.
because they were made really strong whenever I got these. But now that my vision's gotten better, they just need to be weaker or
Yeah.
clear because I'm going to have the bottom part
Yeah.
because these are bifocals and my sunglasses are bifocals, but they're both the same strength. So I don't wear those sunglasses. I just wear cheapo dollar store sunglasses now.
So Lisa wants to know how you're doing, Bonnie.
I'm doing good, actually. Um, got my mom's truck today. The girls did, uh,
Got
and
your car back?
taking car back. Took a nap with my granddaughter because I needed it because uh,
You wore you out.
I was up pretty late last night, and so I was like, and it doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I wake up between 7 and 8:30 every morning,
Oh
and
Lord. I went to bed just almost just after I left the show last night. Okay.
uh-huh.
I slept till 10:30 this morning.
Oh my goodness.
The night before I went to bed at 12. Was it the night before? No, the night before, okay. I had gone for a 5-hour nap in the afternoon,
Oh wow.
evening. Okay. I went to bed at midnight and I slept till 10:30 in the morning.
Goodness. You know what? Maybe it's because of the season. And are you busier at work
I've been
that it's
off.
like
I
wearing you
was
out? Oh.
no
Well, your body still needs to
the day I went
recuperate.
for a nap. I had worked in the morning, and yes, we were busy because it was Black Friday. Was it Black Friday? Yeah, it was Black Friday. No, it was Saturday. I worked. Anyway, it was Saturday when I worked. But I came home and I was sitting here. I was on the computer,
I'm cutting.
and I'm
I
like,
can't see the chat. Shut
"Hi,
up.
John. John. Hi, Pappy. Come on up."
I'm happy. Oh my goodness. I have missed you.
Show your face,
John.
Bonnie.
Well, I
We
can't
like
read the chat.
it.
Then I have to like scoot way into the camera to read the chat. And
Oh, okay, Lisa. I'm sorry. I thought you were like in the same household. Because you said he wasn't feeling well. So I assumed you were in the same household. Okay, make an ass of me and you. Okay, I made an ass of me. Okay,
but
it
no,
happens.
that's okay because that just shows the connection here. It's a family.
Yeah,
May not be right there in front of us, but I think
we
it's
are
good whenever
definitely.
people know that somebody is not feeling well and needs prayer or whatever. I think that's great. That's what this is all about. Staying together. We need each
Yeah.
other.
Hey, at least she thought it was funny. Well, I kind of think it's funny now too. Wait till we tell Alan. That'll be funny too.
Yep. I don't know if
Oh,
his wife will think it's funny.
he'll laugh his butt off.
Yeah, he will. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's about 4 or 5 hours for me. Chuck's about 4 or 5. No, Chuck's further than that.
Yeah.
Chuck's about 8 or 9
Oh
hours.
wow.
Yeah,
So Texas. I'm sorry. So Texas is really big then.
it's huge. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm right in the center. So for them to be that far away from me in one direction, so for me to get to El Paso would take about 10 hours.
Oh wow.
For
Okay.
me to get to the Panhandle is about 8 hours.
Oh, I hope he shows up tonight, Lisa. He'll have a big laugh. Were you at 20 were you at 21 tonight? Oh my god. Were you at 101 tonight,
Lisa.
Lisa? Oh, shut up, computer. I was there for a bit at the beginning because somebody came into Liberty and said prepping was going to send some big news. So I had to run over there and see what he was saying.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, he brought a video up of Kamala Harris saying that all the people that are in the hospital are vaccinated. All the people that have died have been vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
And then somebody said the video was fake, but I don't know. It looked like her. What the hell do I know?
Yeah. It's hard to tell anymore. I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
And how I was watching Liberty, but then I went to prepping and then I went back to Liberty. How is War Machine tonight?
Seemed to be better.
Okay.
I saw smiling faces or laughing faces or something when he first came on. So,
Okay. All right.
Still affected. I mean,
Well, yeah. He's going to be for a while.
War Machine doesn't talk much. It just uses emojis. So you have to kind of put them together and figure it out.
Half the time I can't even tell what the emojis are supposed to be saying. So.
So, yeah.
And seemingly everybody uses one as praying hands, but seemingly it means something else. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, if
I
I
don't
put
know.
hands, it
I
means
think it means
prayers.
I think I've read that it means they're clapping. But to me they look like praying hands, but I don't know.
Oh, yes, there is some hands that are clapping, and they're just hands. The praying
Yeah.
hands are straight up and down, and I think they have a different color, like a
Yeah, but I like
turquoise.
that's what I thought they were praying hands, but I was on an emoji site because I was trying to figure out what all these damn emojis meant. And it
Yes.
said that the praying, what we call the praying hands, means something else,
Huh.
which
I
I
don't
thought
know.
was really weird.
I just keep using them for.
The praying hands are actually a high five, is what John said. Okay, that makes sense to me because it said something like that, but I couldn't remember what it said.
Huh.
But everybody uses them as praying hands, so we'll just pretend they're praying hands.
I guess so. If everybody gets the message, and I think that's what matters. Maybe.
Yeah, everybody thinks they're praying hands, so that's what they're using them as.
Yeah.
Because that, to me, does not look like a high five, but it can be. Right?
True. Yes, it can be.
Yeah.
I always forget the high five. If I'm happy about something, I do the.
Hands up. Or a happy face.
It's like the fist in the air. Shoot your arm straight up. Or,
Yeah.
yes, like you're pulling something down.
Yeah. Like me fighting the demon last night.
Yeah.
Pappy, you need to come up and see us.
Yeah.
Oh, he's saying, John's saying, yeah, I can be praying hands too. I think they look more like praying hands than a high five, but it could be a high five too if you look at it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
I was gonna sit at my dining room table tonight, so I could stay on camera and be okay.
Well,
And
you can still be on camera.
I know.
You don't have to hide. We like
Am
to
I
see your face.
No.
No, I like
granddaughter.
to see your face. I'm sure the people in chat like to see your face too.
My granddaughter has to have drops in her eyes. Her eyes have been really watering or something, and I don't know. So uh, they were going to hold her down, and I was like, okay, it's probably fixing to get loud right here. I'm going to move into the bedroom. Not a good place to be because
How
I had
did it
already.
go?
Yeah.
Yelling and screaming and crying going on?
I mean, y'all like to hear her voice, but I don't know that y'all like to hear that. No. Someone think we're torturing her or something.
No, you've explained it. You'll be good.
My youngest daughter was terrified of doctors, and oddly enough, she had to go often because
Mhm.
of issues that she had. And when they would go to take her blood, I you probably know the when they give the shots or anything. You have to
Yeah.
sit there with your arms locked around them and your legs locked around their legs and
Yep.
the whole works.
Yep.
Well, even me doing that, it took 5 nurses to hold her still enough where they would not hurt her taking her blood.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, see,
And
my kids weren't like that. They'd hold their hand out and say, "Okay, go ahead," and they'd watch. I could never watch.
yeah.
I have to look at the ceiling and the whole 9 yards. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's me. I don't want to see it, but you can poke all you want to, but
I didn't
um
want to see my blood leaving my body. I guess I don't know. No, I can't. I don't like blood.
yeah.
Okay, if the kids were like, as a lunch lady, okay, you're gonna get kids with bloody noses, and you're gonna get kids that fall down and get a bloody whatever, right? Okay, I couldn't handle any of the blood because I would pass out on them. So I could handle the puking child, not a problem,
Oh.
but I couldn't handle a bloody kid. And when my son got hurt at school one day because he fell was playing soccer in the gravel pit, and he fell and he cracked his head,
Ouch.
and he was covered in blood from head to freaking toe at this point. When I started to walk in the room, and they told me that he was hurt, and I'm like, well, I gotta finish my job first. I can't go running in to check on my kid, right? So I
Right.
finished the job, and I went to walk in. I kind of saw him, and I just kind of went down on the floor.
Yeah.
so then when I kind of come to, I got an ice pack behind my head because they thought I cracked my head open, and they're like, "Dorinda, are you okay?" I'm like, "Just give me a minute." I said, "I am not good with blood." And they went, "Oh crap." And the kid was just covered. Like he had um, fell and banged his head on a rock. So his head was bleeding everywhere. And when you get a head injury, it's blood everywhere.
Yes.
And
Always.
of course, he had on his favorite little white, little tank top, whatever. I'm going to call it a tank top. I don't know. He called it some muscle shirt. That was it. A muscle shirt, Mom.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm looking at that shirt and I'm going, oh, fuck. I said, well, that's going in the garbage. And Raybon goes, no, not my shirt. And he's crying because I just said his shirt was going in the garbage, right? The principal goes to me. She goes, no, Dorinda, don't throw the shirt out. Put it in a bowl with milk. The blood will come out of it. I'm looking at her going, yeah, right. She goes, no. She goes, that's an Indian folklore thing, whatever. I don't know, Indian something. Anyway, I said, okay, I'll try it. I went home, put the shirt in the wall in the thing, made sure he was all cleaned up, and pulled the gravel out of his freaking head, which was disgusting. So I got him okay. I got him stopped bleeding in the whole 9 yards. And he's busy playing, with his toys and whatever. And he comes over about an hour and a half later and he goes, Mom, is my shirt in the garbage? I said, no. I said, I tried the principal's thing. He goes,
Mhm.
"Oh, can we see my shirt?" I said, "Okay." So I picked it up, and there was still a little bit of blood on it, but I rinsed it with the, with the sink, right? I ran it underwater in the sink, and 99.9% of the blood was gone out of the shirt.
Wow.
Okay, I dumped the little bowl I had, and I dumped it, and I threw the shirt in, and I threw more milk in for the shirt, right?
Mhm.
I kind of wasted milk that day, but I didn't care.
Mhm.
And it was like anytime I had blood on clothing after that, that's what I did.
I have never heard of milk.
Hey, Pappy, come and confirm that.
No, I believe you that it worked. I've just never heard it. That's pretty
I
cool.
had never heard of it either, but she said it was some kind of an Indian trick or something.
Yeah.
It was like, and I'm sorry, she called it Indian, and then she corrected herself. I'm like, okay, whatever. But she was native, so she could tell me these things. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that was the only nice thing that principal ever did for my family.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna change that topic right now. Yep.
And that is so something that, um, even in schools, even back when I was in school, I can remember the power thing, the that they just, and I understand, being a principal of a school has got to be some kind of a job to keep however many kids in that school in line, but I don't know.
But they can't pick on one kid for no reason neither.
No, no,
And
definitely not.
that's kind of what happened. And needless to say, it didn't end well for her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bo, sweet Bo, he's just wanting to talk.
You can come up, Happy, and Bo can talk to us too. We'll all say hello to Bo. And then maybe he might shut up because he wants our attention.
Yeah. Did you see the symbol that John put, that he thinks that that's the praying one? And it does look like somebody
Yeah,
on their knees.
yeah.
I I'm gonna have to look through because I don't even know if I've ever even seen that one. It's really hard for me to see those little squares, so I
That's
don't
why
know
I
what
have
they
these glasses so I can see. But there was one night when I was looking at something. I was trying to read it and I couldn't read what I was seeing. So I went and got the magnifying glass. And I'm sitting here and I've got the magnifying glass and I'm trying to read and I'm like, well, isn't this just freaking stupid?
are. Yes, $300 glasses, and you still got to get a magnifying glass.
It's like, holy crap. But the writing in whatever I was trying to read was
Mhm.
so small. Like,
Yep.
even if I sat back here where I've got like good vision, I still couldn't see anything. It was like a big blur. And the closer I got, it got clearer. And I'm like right up there trying to read it. I'm like 3 inches away from the freaking screen. My daughter walks in and goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I'm trying to read something." And
Get
of
your young
course,
eyes over here.
yeah, and of course, I didn't know I could make the screen bigger, which didn't, I didn't know that.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
went and got the thing, and I'm sitting here and I'm trying to read it. She goes, "Get out of the way." So she goes over, she taps something. I don't even know what she tapped. And it was like beautiful. I could read it. I'm like, the hell did you do? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a zoom button on whatever it was I was trying to read, but she saw the zoom button and she was laughing her ass off at me because she thought it was hilarious.
There's 3 dots in your top right corner. You click on that and it'll give you all kinds of cool things.
Oh, I didn't know that either. I still didn't know that. Let me see. I'm going to check those 3 dots. Oh my God. I got them all. One day I couldn't get rid of that side screen shit that came up. And I'm like,
Yes.
I don't know what I did to get them there. Oh, I was trying to close something on the screen, right? And I guess I hit something and I'm like, Sam! I said, I screwed something up. I don't know what the hell I did. And she's laughing at me. And she fixed it right away. She just looks at me and shakes her head.
And I've done that too. I've had to call Tatum. Well, she's the one who helped me set up the channel. I couldn't figure out. Well, her and Gigi.
Well, the other
Gigi and
day,
I were on the phone for hours.
the other day, you weren't on. Heather wasn't on. I was frustrated. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do something on live. So I went to YouTube and I'm looking at it and I'm going, yeah, how do you go live? I had no idea. I didn't end up going live because I couldn't figure anything out. I'm like, okay, this is just dumb. Just turn it off, go to bed. I went to bed early that night too.
You know what I do when I have those times? I go back and look at videos that I haven't seen yet from channels that I like.
No, I was just at the point where I'm like, okay, things are frustrating you. You're all frustrated. Calm down and go to bed.
Time to unplug.
And unplug because you're pissed off at the computer now. It's time to unplug and go to bed.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I think I went to bed that night 10:30 and I slept till like noon or 1 o'clock the next day. And I was like,
Goodness.
wow, what the hell?
Yeah, it's funny how it seems we're needing more sleep now and the schedules are off. And
Yeah.
my daughter is so mad because when they went to take my mom to get the pickup and get my car, my granddaughter fell asleep it was about 4 this afternoon. Well, her nap time is usually noon or so, but that wasn't happening. And so I laid down beside her to get her to go to sleep. She puts her little head in my lap and she falls asleep. So I'm kind of stuck there. So I fell asleep. We both woke up at 6 with Mom walking in the door, and Mom's like, you let her sleep this late? Do you know how late she's going to be up tonight? And I'm like, sorry. Yeah, but Lisa's telling you that, but you probably saw that when you pulled down the 3 dots. Is everything okay, Dorinda?
Yeah.
No, okay.
So who's been talking to their wood pile, Bonnie? I saw your title.
Who's been talking to my wood pile?
What does your log say?
Yeah. And no one has to tell me what their log says. I just want them to put whatever they want on it and chunk it in the fire.
Oh, okay. Another way of telling people go drop a log? Good girl.
Get rid of
Whatever's holding me down.
Yep. A good giveaway fire.
Yes.
And one of the videos I did that. It's probably what I had took pieces of 2x3 or 2x4 or something like that, and I wrote right on them with magic marker and stacked them all up in there one at a time. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to do that once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I said on that. Oh,
Well, it is the
sometimes,
cleansing time.
yes. And that we all have something inside of us that we need to get rid of. And whatever works.
Yep.
And for me, it is something physical that I need to do. It's like I need to, it just makes it more real for me to,
Well, that is part of the technique, Bonnie. When you lift up stuff that you want lifted off, you've got to remember we're material. Okay, we're operating in a 3D world. You know, we're having a material existence. We're spiritual, but we have a material body. You know, so to make things real here, we have to have the intent, the thought of what we want to do attached to the emotion of it, okay, and the will, and send it out on our spiritual. But we also have to manifest it by doing it here in the physical. So it makes it real in the physical.
Yep.
You know, by doing what you're doing, you establish the two-way communication, you know, and uh, and we're the type of beings that, you know, we learn not only by observing and listening and stuff, but by putting into action that which we see, we hear, or we whatever, and then evaluate the results based on us doing it. You know, and that's a multiple reinforcement. You know, and just like certain songs will trigger memories from when we first heard them and stuff, doing things in a ritualistic way like that also serves as a index filing card, if you will, you know, for having done that. You know what I'm saying? You understand where I'm going with that?
yes. And that's,
Yeah,
I've always been a writer.
that way. I'm very much a tactile person when it comes to that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. That when my granddaughter was saying she was just feeling down all the time and everything, I went and bought her a journal. That was one of the gifts that I remember from childhood that meant the most to me. Was it was a set. I got a journal and a notepad and a pen, and it all matched. And boy, that journal was my best friend.
Yeah.
You could tell it whatever you wanted to tell it, and it wouldn't tell anybody else.
Well, the thing is, later on when you go back and read it again, it talks back to you.
And yes, that's true.
You know, the message that you receive back many times is not the same one that you wrote in it.
Yep.
Funny how that changes like that. Wait a minute, did I write that?
And then you can see how far you've come since then, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know, that's similar to what I do with that, you know, my journey staff, you know, with all the different feathers and the colored ribbons and the other articles and stuff that are on there that were all put there as a sign, if you will, or a token of what happened. You know, what, in other words, it signified this is what took place at such and such a time, you know?
Yes. Do you only put good things, or do you put the bad too?
Well, in order to be balanced, you have to put both down, don't you?
I guess
Otherwise, you're not truthful with yourself.
that's true.
You know, I've heard of different journaling techniques and stuff down through the years. You know, because journaling is not anything that's new. It's been around ever since we learned how to write and stuff. But one of the techniques that I thought was interesting is you open up your journal, and most people will write down on one page. But this technique was you open up your journal, and on one page, on one side of the page, you have all the good things that happen, and on the other page facing it, you have all the bad things that happen. And almost always, you'll find out all the if you really think about your whole day and the good things and everything like that, there usually are many more than the bad things,
Yes.
which left room on the bad things down there to jot some notes. Well, what can I do about it? You know. So that was kind of an interesting technique. I says, oh, that kind of has some merit.
Yes, it is.
When I was doing my counseling, I did that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
When I was doing my counseling, I did stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep.
And it helped. I'm in a way better place than I was then.
Yeah.
I got rid of a lot of baggage that I was carrying around that I didn't need to.
And it's funny
Well,
in doing some of those things, you don't realize I was supposed to write letters to whoever hurt me. And she kept telling me, you're leaving someone out. You're leaving someone out. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not. And she said, you've never written one to your mother. And I said, she didn't hurt me that. And so I wrote one, and it was horrible. And I was like, there's the anger. And I never even knew it.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of weird the way stuff like that will
Yeah.
bring it out.
The hardest one I wrote was to my dad.
Yeah.
After the incident, remember we talked about it the other night with the gun?
Yeah.
That was the hardest one I wrote. And after I wrote it, I was so relieved and the weight was gone. I
Yep.
was like, wow. And I did forgive him. So that, I mean, I forgave him, but I also forgave me.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird.
The hardest
The
thing
hardest
to
part
do is forgive
was me.
yourself. Yes. Because you think of, how could I have changed this? How could I have stopped this? It was all my fault. Yep. We are the best blamers in the world, I think.
Yep.
Us human people. Blaming ourselves. And if it's something out of your control,
I'll be right back. I got to take the dogs out.
okay.
Okay, Pappy.
And that was totally something out of your control.
Yeah. It was sort of. Well, yeah, it was out of my control because he went a little loony, but that's the way he went when he was drinking, right?
Yeah.
And for me to forgive me for getting myself into that situation was difficult.
Yeah.
It was. But I felt 110% better when I did it.
Yep.
And I mean, that event did make me a fighter.
Yeah.
And it made me stand up for myself. So I can't false him, or whatever the word is I'm thinking of, for that. because
That's good.
that made me who I am.
Yes. You know, that's a hard thing for me to do too, is is fight for myself. Like, well, I think it is, but then I look back, if I really, really concentrate on it, I have done a lot of fighting for myself
Hmm.
that I just didn't realize that's what I was doing at the time.
Well, look at Bonnie. You said that you were like incapacitated, where you were bedridden
Yes.
because you were ill. Okay. You got yourself better. You got yourself up. You're walking, talking, doing
Yep.
all kinds of things.
Yep.
That's you fighting for you.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
That's what I said. I didn't realize it, you know, and then you kind of get uh when you get the negative input from uh other people, like ex-husbands or whatever, and you think you're not worth fighting for. Well, yeah.
You're always worth fighting for.
Well, those two girls, they they totally did. They were like, "You're gonna eat this." They would keep bringing me food. "You're gonna eat this.
Yep.
It's time for your pill. You're gonna take this." And so yeah, it was a joint effort. But
How long ago was that, Bonnie? If you don't mind me asking.
that was June of 2018.
Oh my.
So it's been 3 years now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've made a lot of progress since then. Be proud of yourself.
I am.
Like
Well,
when the first time you said that, I was like, what? I had to stop and like actually think about what you said. And I'm like, but she's walking and talking and awesome eating and awesome eating. Okay, it's a new word.
Aw. I like that word.
You know, and it's
Yeah, it was a fight. I mean, and that's just it. Listening to Silver Girl the other night, she's doing it too, and
yeah.
I am proud of her. She's
Mm-hmm.
pretty good there.
Mm-hmm.
Did she say she has been in bed for 21 years? Did I misunderstand that?
Mm-mm.
Bless her heart. I could not imagine, because just that month
Well,
was
when she goes around her house, um, she has started walking around the house. That's amazing.
yes.
But up until then, when she got out of bed, she was in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she didn't walk anywhere. She was in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
And now she's walking. I'm so proud of that lady.
I am
Just
too.
bang.
Yep. It just takes, you know, and that's what I can see, a lot of positivity coming out of all this too, with with the people in the chats, the people that come up on panel, the encouragement, the the prayer, the positivity. It's contagious.
Yeah.
It's that's what we have to have.
And you know what? The negativity is contagious also.
Yes, it
And
is.
that's what we have to stop.
When we're fighting that black
Yep.
bigger devil, you're
Mhm.
throwing him around by the tail like last night.
I'll take the devil on. I don't care. I am the storm.
You
And
know,
that's how I've always felt. So
Yep.
sorry, Pat, go ahead.
as I've been listening to you talk back and forth and everything, and then recalling back to when Bonnie, when you first started coming up on, on your channel and chit chatting and everything, it's easier for somebody that is an observer to see changes in people and changes in people's attitudes, and see the dynamic of how things work,
Yep.
And the name of your show tonight, okay, shows me that you're getting a real understanding of the importance of a very simple ceremony in your life. And we don't think of it as ceremony, when we do these things, but in actuality it is, because like anything else, as you go through and perform things, after a while it becomes habit, and you don't think of it in the terms of thinking it's something special. It just becomes second nature to you.
Right.
And so, of course, there's a teaching to that. And you know what that teaching is called, don't you? It's called the giveaway ceremony. Now, the key word for the giveaway ceremony, everybody that's listening here will understand it and will see how the giveaway ceremony has worked in your life, Bonnie. And Dorinda, you've spoken of this before in your life too. So all of us do that. And even though I made a little video about it and stuff like that, okay, let's see what the teaching says about it.
Okay.
Aho, child of earth, do you know the secret of the giveaway? The more you release, the more you receive, for that is nature's way. Aho, child of earth, do you believe in reaping what you sow? A drop of wisdom will bring the truth, and you will truly know. Bo, stop. There's no more cookies. You ate them all. You ate 20 pounds of cookies this month. Good Lord. I'm not kidding either. The two of them, he sits there eating cookies, and his sister gets fat. So what's the teaching of the giveaway? I'm going to have to feed him some more cookies. Okay, hold on a second. I'll come back with the teaching.
Okay.
Actually, he's taught me quite well.
He has you trained. Isn't that funny that we were talking about giving on Liberty, the Christmas and the.
Yeah.
You see the way everything just keeps tying together.
Yeah. Well,
I love
I used to buy my kids anything and everything for Christmas. Now I don't. I buy them usually an outfit, and if I find something I think is cute and they might like, I buy a couple of things, and I go ape shit crazy on the stocking stuffer. Don't ask me why. I'm just a lunatic when it comes. Oh, we need flashlights, and we need this, and we need that. We don't need all this crap, okay? But I called my son tonight, and I asked him, I said, what do you want for Christmas besides socks? Okay. He said, nothing. I said, do you want a pair of jeans? Do you want a shirt? And his girlfriend in the background's going, he doesn't need any more fucking clothes.
it.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, okay,
Hi,
socks.
Victor. How are you?
Hi, Victor.
All done.
So I got the
Hope you
list
feel
for,
crunching.
the girlfriend and everything else.
Hello, Victor. How you doing? Okay, we'll try it again.
Okay.
I don't know how the heck you have any room left for anything to eat. Oh, okay. The teaching that Bonnie brought us about the giveaway. One of the most important ceremonies in Native American teachings is the giveaway or the potlatch ceremony. In this ritual, giving away of useful or loved possessions is a form of sharing with others. It is also a sign that the giver is willing to make a sacrifice or surrender a gift to another person without attachment or regret. The Native understanding of sacrifice originally meant to make sacred. To make any act or any gift sacred, one has to complete that action with a joyful heart and a humble attitude. Giving is only one step of the process and allows the giver to look within so that he or she may examine the growth potential associated with that giveaway. Many years ago, among the Tlingit Indians of the Northwest, the Raven Clan and the Eagle Clan held potlatch ceremonies. These clans would gather all they could to give to those in need. Each time the potlatch was held, the clan on the giving end would distribute an even greater amount of goods than they had received at a previous potlatch in order to show their appreciation. The United States government put a stop to this ritual in the early 1900s. The government believed that the potlatches were getting out of hand because people were giving too much away. The government agents could not conceive of how people who were seemingly poor could take what little they had and give it to others, and then live with practically nothing. These agents thought the potlatch ceremony was a kind of competition that brought shame and poverty to the people, which was far from the truth of the ceremony. The native traditions, in native tradition, no one is ever abandoned, orphaned, or left without food, dwellings, or help. The understanding among native people is that when one shares all that one has, in order that the people may live, honor and abundance is brought to the giver. Indians have extended families who adopt many relatives and care for one another. Those who are blessed with possessions and food have always shared with those who are lacking. The medicine wheel may turn tomorrow, and the one who are in need today may be blessed with abundance that they may share. That's what I call putting money into the Indian bank. By and by, it comes back if you need it. The purpose of the giveaway is sharing. The lessons connected to the ceremony teach the people how to release possessions and to let go the ideas of importance connected with those belongings. The more prized the possessions and the greater the sense of ownership, the more potent is the lesson. The giveaway ceremony is never used to get rid of belongings that are no longer functional or badly in need of repair. Some gifts of the giveaway may be made especially for the occasion. To give cast-off items is a disgrace to the giver and shows a lack of respect for the receiver. If one cannot give without strings attached, there is no true release, and the sacredness of giving without expectations has been destroyed. The idea of envy and coveting the possessions of another was an alien concept before the invasion of Turtle Island by the White Eyes. Among the tribes of Native Americans, if everyone was not taken care of, the people lost face. There was never any justification for some to live in luxury while others of the same tribe starved. In Native tradition, a gift is never thought of as an obligation or used as a means of controlling the person who receives the gift. The obligatory giving concept came with the boat people, whose idea was based on European thought, which was that if a person give a gift, the giver expected something in return. When this manner of giving is experienced, there is no true giveaway or release. When the attachment to material possessions is strong in a person, the favors given to others are heavily laden with expectations or demands. The red race knows that giving is a way of releasing the people's spirit from the attachment to the physical world. In releasing possessions we love dearly, we are able to open our lives for future abundance. Wealth is measured in many different ways by the two-leggeds across our planet. The native tradition, one important measure of wealth is a person's ability to assist others. Develop talents and the willingness to use them to aid those in need set a person apart from others who seek self-gratification. This type of individual is a symbol of a potential leader in a tribe. Selflessness is a sign that the giving individual is able to stand apart from the attachments of the physical world. The spiritual life of this person is usually well developed and carries the medicine of the ancestors. The concept of Indian giving came from a misunderstanding when a boat person received a giveaway and the Indian who gave the gift later reclaimed it. This manner of taking back a gift is done for a reason. If any item is given to someone who has no use for it, the giver has the right to reclaim the gift and give it to another who will use it. Every substance in our world has a role in creation. We two-leggeds have ability to assist every part of creation by honoring the particular missions of each one and allowing them to be used. If a clay pot sits on a shelf and is not used, the mission of that pot has not been honored as sacred, and therefore should be passed on to someone who will use it and allow it to be completed its mission of service. When anything is made by human hands, the medicine of the maker is part of the object created. To wantonly destroy the object would be to dishonor the medicine of the maker along with that tool's ability to be of use. The ancestors say that if an object is carelessly broken by a human, the spirit of that object has been killed. To make fun of, criticize, or break anything that another has created is to dishonor oneself. The idea that gifts should be used to their fullest potential has sustained the red race for centuries. In this manner, everyone acknowledges the gift Great Mystery gives through the field of plenty, as well as the purpose of not accumulating more than one can personally use. The teachings of the giveaway are basic to native understanding. Many other lessons are learned each time one has the opportunity to share and is faced with personal feelings that arise when a decision to give away is made. As we free ourselves from the need to give with strings attached or the regret that sometimes follows, we are able to release our spirits and allow them to soar beyond the limited understanding of our former selves. Now, how would you apply this? The giveaway card spells relief through the release. Come here. Don't get stuck holding on to anything that no longer serves you. Associates, ideas, habits, and belongings may need to go at this time. Attachment to attitudes like needing to be needed or to be liked may no longer serve either. You're being asked to share what you can, give away something that can help someone else, or just let go. Don't hold on so tight. The natural flow of life is squelched when you insist on total control. In all cases, the giveaway card tells us to release any bond that makes us captives to our own creation. In so doing, we can spread our wings and fly. Remember that generosity is a talent and a virtue that comes from dropping the fear of scarcity and from trusting the great mystery. Now, in the context of the great giveaway, as I've used it in ceremony and as you've used it in ceremony, is that we have to come to the realization that those things that we want to give away, that we've discovered as native, as not conductive to our health or our negativity and stuff like that. Up until the point of that discovery, those were things that we held dear and near to who we were. And in some cases, we were absolutely in love with those things until we discovered that they were no longer healthy for us and that we shouldn't carry them. So that in itself, when we decide to give those away, is a giveaway and a sacrifice. It's a giveaway and sacrifice of who we were with no strings attached as to who we are to become. Once we give it away, we've made room to receive something in its place. Good lesson, Bonnie. Thank you for bringing that up. And boy, writing on the log and throwing it away is a good way to do it.
Well, thank you for reading that.
That was amazing.
I think I've been raised more in that way than I realized. And that's what I've been doing, going through my house. If it hasn't been touched, or if it doesn't serve a purpose, it's time to let it go. And he's right. A lot of it did mean something to me at one time, but now that's one thing that this 3 years has taught me more than anything is material things are just material things. The things that I've made, my bedroom is full of them. They're hanging on the walls. Those mean something to me because I put my heart and time into them. So
You put your heart and soul and time into them.
okay, and soul. But everything else is just like, and I'm really, really trying to teach that to my mother. She's, wow. And I think it's like even my ex-husband, he was so, because he grew up poor and was made fun of. And so his idea of acceptance in society is the more you have, the better you look to other people. And so that was a little bit of a battle with us because our house was full of, I had the interior of a boat sitting in my dining room. Who does that?
Hello, Gigi.
Hey, Gigi.
Pappy. I know there's only two of us up here besides you, but Lisa's having a lot of problems with her knees. Her knee. Sorry. Could we do a kind of a prayer thing for her or whatever the heck we did for Victor?
Well, it depends on whether or not Lisa's interested in having that done. It's not up
Are
to
you
us at all,
interested,
is
Lisa?
it?
I think Victor
It all
asked
depends on Lisa wants a bunch of strangers in spirit form feeling up her leg.
Well, maybe she does. Because Victor was telling you that about what we did for him to
Yep.
her.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm certainly always up for, my statement, it's always about the healing, whether it's on
Yep.
yourself or others or all of creation. I mean, we were put here for a purpose of doing something, you know what
I'll
I'm
be
saying?
right back.
Okay. She had to go.
Well, in that case, let me change my avatar.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other night. And even I've been talking to Anna a lot, and that's an amazing connection to be given.
Because I'm sure if we ask Victor to take part, he will take part.
Well, it's necessary that, we're all connected via this electronic means right now. Perhaps people think more so because there's three of us up on panel, but that's not the case. They're in the chat and they're also engaged,
Yep.
by their action and being here. We're all connected spiritually and energetically already. So it depends on whether or not a focus can be made that the energy can be sent, or not sent, allowed to be flowed, if you will, through us to where it needs to go. Okay, so think about that for a moment while I go see what Mr. Needy wants now. I've got the
Okay.
kitchen open so he can get all the cat food and everything he wants. I don't understand what he's looking for.
So, Lisa, it's your knee and which one?
Bring them on, Gigi. Bring them on. Send them over. Send them over. We'll take 4 more people.
Yeah.
Or right me.
Right knee. Okay. Love you, Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm reading it right, Lisa said it's her right knee. Okay.
Yep.
So the way that we do this is that you have to be able to visualize what it is that the intent is. We don't know what's wrong with Lisa's knee. We don't know what her knee needs in order to heal. And you know what? We don't need to. Because that which heals is intelligent in and of itself. It
Mm-hmm.
knows what is needed, how much is needed, for how long it's needed, in what manner it's needed, or whatever. It just needs to have a conduit for it to go through. So if you take a look at my avatar, you'll see there a bunch of people standing around arm in arm around a circle. Okay. And within that circle is the focal point. You've heard me talk about each of us being nothing more than a little fiber optic strand inside of a great fiber optic cable. So I'm asking each of you to take your fiber optic strand and hold hands with the one next to you until it forms a circuit. Lisa, I want you to envision yourself standing in the center, or actually sitting in the center so you're comfortable. Don't think of that bowl as a trap or a cooking pot or anything else. Just consider it right now as a stool that you're sitting. You are the focal point of where we want to have the energy come in. Now, I'd like to have everyone, for just a moment, close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, and release it. And as you release it, I want you to feel the energy going right to your feet so that you're well anchored. Take another breath in through your nose deeply. And as you do, I want you to feel energy coming in the top of your head. This is not your energy. This is energy going to be flowing through you. And when you breathe out, I want you to feel that energy coming down your head, your neck, into your arms and your shoulders, and spreading through your arms and shoulders to that person next to you, and flowing down through your body. Take another breath, breathe it in, Pull more of that energy in and breathe it out. And I want you to start circulating that energy through your left hand to your neighbor's right hand, from their left hand to the neighbor's right hand, so that that energy starts flowing in a circle. Each breath that you take, that energy flows. That energy that is flowing through you. The energy which is yours is filling you. The energy which is your neighbor's is filling them. The energy that is Lisa's is building up within you. You are holding it. In your mind's eye, I want each of you to reach out with your right hand and place it on Lisa's right knee. I want you to breathe in through your nose. When you blow out, I want you to see Lisa's energy flowing through your arm, down your arm, out your fingers to her knee. Blow. One by one, around the circle, rejoin hands. And notice now the glow in the center of us all. You are the conduit from which this energy has flown and flowed through you to its point and destination where it needs to go. Let it flow in the amount it needs to flow, in the manner it needs to flow, in the amount that it needs to flow, in the time that it needs to flow. Hopefully no one has attached any expectations to this. This is not your responsibility for someone else's healing. You are only the tool. Do not set limitations on Lisa's healing. Let those limitations be by the Creator. I want you to take a deep breath. Hold it to the count of 4. And when you get to 4, I want you to release your neighbor's hands and drop your hands to your side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open your eyes. Reorient yourself to time and place. Restore your balance. And just give a silent thank you for being a useful tool. Hechutualo, may it be as we have asked. You have done a big thing. Bobo says so.
Hello, Bobo.
Hey, Bo. Sweet boy.
That was beautiful. That felt wonderful.
Yep.
I felt that. That was wonderful.
There is much to be said about new math. I love it. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus all of us adds up to another new 1 in
Yep.
intent and in results. Because we've taken all the individual ones and connected them as one and offered ourselves to the original one. I like it.
Yep.
Whew.
Feeling all
Me
warm.
too, Victor. Me too. Sorry, Bonnie. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay.
What were you saying?
I asked if you were feeling all warm and fuzzy.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
It's real, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, Victor. Thank God. Oof.
It's amazing the power.
Yeah. All the little tiny hairs on my back are standing up.
Mm.
Ooh.
Some
Thank
of
you
you
very
that
much,
are not
Happy.
used to, some of you that are not used to doing these things yet, although you should become very familiar with, because each of you are capable of it. Okay, may have to ground yourself. Okay, because you're going to be, you're full of your own energy right now, but you also came into resonance with other energy. Literally, you remembered for a period of time who you really are. Okay, in order to get yourself grounded again, very simple thing is to just get up and go run your hands under some running water, and that will drain off any excess energy that you may have. Otherwise, you may, experience some sleep disruptions or whatever. I wouldn't want any reports of people running around their yards at night, hooting and hollering and stuff.
That won't happen with me. I'll be sleeping. I don't have a problem sleeping at any time. Excuse me. Yes, Gigi, all that energy in a room with people is fabulous.
And Gigi brings up a wonderful point. When it comes to energy, this type of energy, when it comes to these high frequency things, you don't have to have a physical room. I mean, look at how we're communicating. You see what I'm saying? It's time and place, and even structure doesn't have a whole lot of meaning or benefits, even if you're dealing with this. If you transport yourself, so to speak, from one realm to another to do the type of work that we just did, it doesn't make a difference if you're inside a room, inside a cathedral, inside a doctor's office, or if you're sitting on a two-hole crapper out in the countryside. Literally, it doesn't make any difference because you're not there.
It's the intent.
Yes, Victor, I think we all believe. And you showed us how.
Okay, look, I'm going to have to bounce off. Believe it or not, I've got to reset my modem. Okay, and I'll come back in. So that doesn't surprise me either.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay.
Thank you. I've missed Pappy so much.
That episode we just did felt whew, so much more than the last one.
Yep.
I felt this one. I felt the other one. I'm not saying I didn't, because I did. But this one felt more. I don't know how to explain that.
Maybe we get stronger each time we do it. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Pappy might be able to answer that question, but
Yeah.
he's not here right now, and we're asking a question, and we'll have to remember to ask him when he comes back, because I'll probably forget by then. You know, it was like I could feel the energy flowing through me more this time than I did the first time when we did Victor.
Yeah. Well,
That's just,
if that's the case, we need to keep doing it and get stronger to work
yeah,
on Happy.
because
Or
that was remarkable. Like, yeah, it was just like my body was tingling, and I could feel, as he's talking, I could feel the energy coming in and go and doing everything he said it was doing. I could feel it. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like it was like pulsating, not just kind of not easy flowing. Mine was pulsating. Practice makes a master. I am nowhere near a master. I am a beginner. That's how I think of it, because I've only done 2 of these.
Yep.
But it felt really great.
Oops. There he is.
Okay, Bonnie, ask the question, because now I can't remember it. Because Pappy's back.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. We're chatting away as if you were here. We were asking you questions and you weren't here to answer us.
Well, that probably meant my answers weren't worth nothing then.
No, we still need your answers. This time when we did this, Pappy, I was saying that I could, as you were talking, I could actually feel, like I felt it last time when we did it for Victor, but this time it was more intense, and it was almost like it was pulsating through me.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if that's normal, or are we getting better at this, or what?
Well, what happens is that the way that I like to put it is this, you know, when we first turn our faucets on and allow the energy to go through us, you know, lots of times in a new pipe or whatever, there may be some sediment in there. There may be some, you know, stickiness and stuff like that that has to get cleaned out through the flow. And each subsequent flow of that energy that comes through there will polish us a little bit more. and so it's not unusual as you go through and start to understand that the energy is flowing through you, that your sensory ability to notice the energy and the subtle differences between it will also increase. So you'll notice it more, and you'll notice the subtle differences. You may, like you said, experience it in wave forms, which is normally the way that it comes in. It seems this type of energy seems to come in slowly, build up, go to the intensity that it needs, and then slack off, and then it'll do it again. It'll come right in. It's just like it's coming in waves. And then once the full connection is made, it can be a steady stream. But don't hold me to that being the only way, because I've seen it come in other ways too. I've seen it come in as a spark. I've actually felt it as an electrifying sort of thing. That's why I always caveat it. Let it come in the way that it needs to come, in the manner that it needs, and the strength that it needs, everything. Because this type of energy, when the intent is healing, to flow through you, okay, has an intelligence, so you don't need to think about it. You just need to be the conduit for it to flow through. The important thing to remember is that you can switch it on and off. If you put yourself into it, you can still send energy, but I caution you, the energy you're sending is probably not going to be in the long run healthy for you, because you can send energy with good intent, but be sending your own energy, and you can deplete yourself, which allows you to take on somebody else's energy that is being cast off, which is unhealthy, and you'll absorb it. That's actually a technique of healing. Some people are very good at that because they're very good at being able to discard that negativity that comes into them. I don't do it that way. I prefer not to do it that way. Okay. I prefer to let the energy which belongs to somebody else flow through me to them. All we're doing is in a way, it's like each of us is inserting an IV needle in there, if you will, bypassing whatever is standing in the way of them receiving the healing on their own. Lots of times people that have things that need to be healing set up filters that don't allow them to heal themselves very well. That's why groups like this, the laying on of hands, praying over people in church and things of that nature, that's why it actually has the capability of bypassing those sort of things. So what you've experienced will probably change over time as you get more and more involved in it and doing it. And you don't need to be in a group setting to do that either.
Well, we're going to have to talk more about that, Pappy. Because that felt really, really good.
Well, first off, I am not the first and the last word on anything when it comes to this kind of stuff. I am on the pathway just like everybody else is. Okay, so I can only tell you my experiences, and then I'll sit back and listen to your experiences so I can learn as well. So I always want to be learning, because the day that that I say to myself, I don't need to learn anything else, that's going to be the day that I stop asking questions. And if I stop asking questions, I think I take some of the excitement of living out,
Yep.
Yes, we're never too old to learn.
Well, that's why I say doctors don't know it all. Otherwise, they wouldn't call it a practice, would they?
Yep.
Right. Ouch.
I'm still in awe here.
Well, if you've ever, I've been in ceremonies, and other people perhaps, I have had these things as well, where you will have these experiences, and and get the opportunity to immerse yourself, if you will, in a level that you hadn't experienced before. And it can be very profound. It can be very uplifting, and you're really, you're just walking a different existence the whole time. So those ecstatic experiences that people have, those moments of illumination and stuff like that, even though the bulb might go out after the quick flash, the memory of the illumination does not go away. That stays with you. And where the memory is where the switch is located.
That was just, yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of sitting here going, la 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 la.
Now I'm reading chat.
Goes right back to the giveaway, doesn't it?
Yep.
Reflections. We talked about that earlier today, the great smoking mirror.
Yep.
When you see stuff in the reflections of your smoking mirror that come to illumination, that you're no longer good for you, and you realize that you've loved them for way too long for what they've been doing to you, and you're willing to give them away with no strings attached. Oh my goodness. Make you lightheaded just thinking about it. It's like carrying a pack all day long that weighs 40 pounds and taking it off at night and feeling like you're floating away. That's right. You threw away all the trash that was in your pack.
Yep.
This is just such a good reminder to everybody. We have a life to live, and it's the hubbub of this and appointments of that, and go to work over here and pay this bill, and this person over there said that, and sirens going by, and the dogs are barking, and the cat litter box needs to be changed. All these sort of things, But we are so much more than that. The things that truly make us inside feel so happy and so joyous are none of those things. Think
Yep.
about it.
Yes. I want to make that world that you were talking about where everyone was exactly the same.
It takes a while to really develop the skills. I don't know if anyone can really do it in a lifetime here in this third dimension of being able to fully come to that realization that everyone is the same when it comes right down to that. Okay, because we have to live an individuated expression of that sameness. Otherwise we would have all been made into one person, which we weren't.
Right.
So I don't know, in a lifetime, you can hear people saying, yes, I love everybody and da 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 da. But in reality, if we look at the reality that we're living in, that is just beyond our grasp as long as we're walking into 3D. When we step aside, we're two-legged. Remember, you got one foot in the material world, but if you think about it, you can place the other in the spiritual world, and you can walk back and forth, one foot ahead of the other, and walk in balance. So when you get to that thing where you feel that you're a little off balance on one side, you can be like a flamingo, stand on one foot for a little while. Get yourself balanced again. And then when you need to get grounded, you put that foot back down and you walk forward again. And that's the way we go through life until we take off this earth robe. Then we have both feet standing on one side or the other.
Yep. That's so funny because my friend and I were just talking about that the other day. She's the one that picked me up whenever I took my car to my mother. and we went to high school together, and um, we have church together all the time. And she was, I told her, I don't know if it was that she brought it up, how we're supposed to love everyone no matter what. It is the teachings of the Bible and all of that. Love all. Well, it's really, really hard to love those that are trying to destroy you. And so that's where our conversation was that day. And how do you get past that? It's kind of, if you're loving all of humanity, but if somebody's trying to destroy your life, kind of hard to love that person. Right?
Yep. And that's the hard part about living a material existence. Because, if we look around a material existence, it teaches us that everything that comes into being is headed towards death.
Right.
It's a cycle. Everything is cycled, recycled. Even if if you take a look at, well, where are those earthquakes coming from? Well, one plate's going underneath another one. It's a great recycling, if you will. So those material things seem to go against material things. They grind each other down. They eat each other. They do all of these things, And so people are no different, They want to take from us the material things. They want to take from us those things of the material world, like our emotions, like our thinking, like our control our bodies, control our ability to produce wealth and things of this nature. These are all things of this world, all those things that are destined to die at some point anyways,
That's true.
So you don't have to be in love with that person, as long as you recognize that they still have the same spirit inside. They can't take the spirit away from you because they weren't the ones that gave it to you. Okay, you can give it to them and they can hold it for a while, and you can lose it from yourself. Don't get me wrong, if you allow them to do that, but it's not theirs to keep. So when I say to somebody, I see you, what I'm saying is I see in you the same that I know is in me. Does that
Yeah.
mean, like I said earlier in one of my chats, that I want to take long hot showers with you and swap spit and stay with you for the rest of my life? No, not a bit. Not a bit. Okay, because that wouldn't be healthy for me.
Right.
So if I recognize the spirit in you, but I also recognize the robe that you're wearing, that doesn't mean that I have to walk up and embrace that robe. If that robe happens to be a porcupine, I'm not going to grab you. If that robe happens to be a big old bear sleeping, I'm not going to come up and plant my footprint on your butt either. So that's my way of looking at it.
You know what came to mind when you were saying that? Like even a mountain you think is unmovable, indestructible, but you get a constant flow of water going through there. What happens?
Yep. Goes back to a grain of sand, doesn't it?
Yes.
You can build those castles on the beach, and then like that, what is it? Moody Blues had that song. You build your castles in the sand, and the tide rushes in and washes my castles away. And I'm really not so sure which side of the bed I should lay.
Yeah.
Makes sense, Pappy.
Well, that's true, Gigi. And that's what I was saying the other night, I think, that we grew up in a time where there was a lot of abuse and bad things, but they do make you stronger. They make
Yeah.
you they make you be the person that you want to be also. You don't want to be that person. And that's what I've tried to teach my children is even if there's something they didn't like about me, be the better person. Don't be like me. If it's something that can harm somebody or if it's something that it just doesn't feel right in you, be the better person.
Yep.
And that's what we need to just keep passing down is to keep trying to be
Better people.
better people for the next generations that and if we keep on doing that, imagine.
Well, when these things happen to us, and they happen to everybody in different ways, you know, once again, when we look back on them, you'll see that there was a point where a choice was made. Bad things happen to us, and we say to ourselves, "Oh, when I get to be a parent and stuff, I'm never going to do that to my kids." Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? We make
Yeah,
these little decisions and everything. But I will caution that sometimes people will make decisions for all the right reasons and allow the pendulum to swing all the way over
to the
to the
opposite.
point where they become a helicopter mom or dad, hovering around all the time over top of their children. I'm going to give them everything they ever want. I'm going to provide for every need. They will never bump their knee, anything. And they don't learn to walk on their own 2 feet. They don't learn to be able to express their individuality in their way so that they can thrive as well. So it can go both ways.
That's
So the
true.
whole thing is that, we find ourselves doing that. All of us have probably done that one way or another, is to find that balance point. Say, okay, I'm not going to take it so far that, the other way around, because one is just as bad as the other. All things in moderation, or all things in balance, whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And believe it or not, sometimes we have these lessons that are unpleasant lessons, and we'll get them again. We
Mhm.
learned the lesson the first time, but it's brought back in so that we can now attack it from a different angle. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that we learn expertise, because every time it happens, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be slightly different. It's going to have some of the same flavor, but the difference is that you can change the recipe. Now you don't have to stir what was given to you. You can add the condiments to it and change its flavor. So sometimes they come in waves. Yeah, I usually say everything comes in threes for some reason. So that's the way it seems to have worked in my life.
Yes.
Yep,
So
I do.
yep.
What? What is Gigi
You-
saying?
You're all supposed to be given challenges in your life.
Repeat that, Pappy.
I said you're all supposed to be given challenges in your life.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Creator wants to see how far you can grow. He's going to encourage it. and you all growing like weeds.
Don't pull the weeds.
It's sometimes the weeds you find in the yard that have the most medicinal value, you know.
I was
Yep.
going to say,
Same with life lessons.
yep.
Yep.
Oh, Gigi. I don't think you got the whole 2 box. She's a mess.
Yeah. I always like to say, just when you think you've got life all figured out, and then you hear that echoing snicker coming from someplace in the distance that hits your inner ear and says, Gabriel, come here, hold my wine.
Yep.
Don't discount the possibilities of creation and never discount your potential to grow. It's unlimited. You'll probably run out of time on the earth plane before you get there.
Mm-hmm.
What a long, strange trip it is.
And there are days you wish it would just slow down and stop, and then there are other days you wish things would go quicker.
It's funny how time either speeds up or slows down, right?
Yep. We love you too, Gigi.
Love you, GB. It's funny. Sitting here, it's like I can hear that fire crackling.
Yep.
Mhm. If you can hear the fire crackling, okay, you can move that fire any place you want to. You can hear it crackling inside of yourself as it glows brighter and brighter too.
Yep.
You know, you're able to fan that with butterfly and dragonfly wings and hummingbird wings till it's a roaring inferno if you wanted to. The beauty way is well illuminated by the fire within.
That's true.
If you listen right now with no words being spoken, all the information that's being exchanged, listen. It's not being exchanged in words. It's being exchanged in feelings. It's being exchanged in inner sight, inner awareness. But that information is what I call the small voice that whispers from the looks within place.
Yep.
There's
Gigi, it depends if I'm working or not.
There's a whole conversation going on in the background.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was answering a question. And I thought you were done. I apologize, Pappy.
You don't have to apologize for a thing.
Gigi, can you have a fire pit?
I have a fire pit in my yard.
I don't. And We are always under burn ban, so
I don't even think we had one this summer. Maybe for a week in
that's
like May or June, but most of the summer it was free this year, which
Yeah.
was really weird.
If y'all want to do something to change potential for what's coming, there's a significant date coming up here in December. You know what that date is?
20 something for the solstice.
Yep. The winter begins, which is also the same day that spring is coming, right? Now you just were talking about and asking about fire pits. On the darkest day of the year, what's the intent that you'd like to send up if everybody that had a fire pit went out and lit their fire pit on that day? And then put into the fire and give away everything from this last year that you don't want to carry forward into the new year. And put it in there and send it up in smoke. And then put on that fire what you'd like to have that smoke smell like next year. Something nice and sweet.
well, that's neat.
Now that's the manifestation of your hopes and dreams in the future by putting it out there on the smokes to go everywhere. Okay, by doing a giveaway. No expectations other than for the highest good. I'll bet you it'll be one Jim Dandy of a springtime.
It would make an awesome glow if everybody did it at the same time.
Oh yeah, huh? Everyone lit just one little candle. You know how bright our world would be?
Mhm.
You know how busy the fire departments would be? Some people can't control their candles, you know.
So what day is that?
That is December the 21st.
21st. I should have known that because I've heard that date several times.
Well, you know, there's going to be ceremonies going on around the world around that time anyway. There usually is. A lot of the indigenous people, that's a celebration time because the days start getting longer after that.
I know.
And Gigi, if I'm going camping, I ain't sleeping on the damn ground.
I'm too old
Sorry,
to sleep on the
it ain't
ground.
gonna happen anymore. I'm too old for that shit. I won't be able to get up off the ground.
Yes.
Oh, gravity just pulls harder when you get older is all it is.
Oh, I
Correct.
know. But trying to get out in the morning? Yeah, no. Not anymore. I'm too old for that shit. That's why my husband wants to get a trailer. Pop up. I don't know what the hell kind he wants, but he wants a trailer.
Well, you know, all us old folk, we go camping in the morning. You know what we have for breakfast, don't you?
Bacon, eggs, home fries, and
No,
beer.
no. Rice Krispies, you can tell by the snap, crackle, and pop.
I know why that date sounded familiar. That was the day I married my last ex-husband, December 21st.
Wow.
That's funny. The mirror of that date, the mirror of that day is my birthday.
Then when is your birthday?
The mirror of the 21st.
The 12th.
So the 12th?
Yeah.
Of what month?
Really?
December.
December? Wow.
Yeah.
Gigi, do you hear that? Gigi's is on the 10th. Shane's is on the 11th. Pappy's is on the 12th.
Oh wow. Where's
My
Shane
wife-
tonight?
My wife Nancy's is on the 14th, and my youngest daughter's is on the 14th.
My goodness. Yeah,
Where's Shane?
he's going to bed.
Oh.
I think. I don't know how I would know that. Oh.
Yeah, well, all us Sagittarius, we're going to go out there and get our bows and everybody shoot an arrow into the sky. Make it a flaming arrow.
Well, we definitely have the fire department out for that one, and the police department, and. That ain't gonna happen in my neighborhood.
Everybody's shooting those flaming arrows in there, and there'll be some Mongolian horde someplace waiting for the arrow signal to go off so they can attack.
Well, we had some Japanese lanterns one time, and we decided that we'd put them on a string, okay, because we didn't want them floating up and catching fire on somebody's property or whatever, right? We still had the damn fire department and the police department show up.
I'm surprised the Air Force didn't show
Oh.
up thinking it was a UFO.
But I'm stepping down, you guys. Have a great night. I love you all.
You take care, Dorinda. Thank you for joining me.
No problem. Anytime, honey. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay.
Good night, Dorinda.
Good night.
Take care.
Love you all.
Love you. Lisa, your
Hello,
birthday's
North Carolina
the
girl.
25th.
How are you?
Goodness. Hi, North Carolina girl. How are you doing?
Well, we got a whole lot of Sagittarius in the group. Woo-hoo.
I know. My youngest daughter is the 2nd, December the 2nd, and I was like, God, that's coming up. So I had to pick a whole bunch of birthday cards up today because grandson on the 15th and
Us December kids, we always had it tough around Christmas time.
yes.
You know, it's just like when I grew up, we were by no means rich. You know, I grew up on a farm, so
Yeah.
kind of had your choice. You know, when you had as many people in the family as we did, with a little income, do you want a birthday gift or a Christmas gift? And most of the time, you got both of them on the same day. Choose the day.
Yeah. I think mostly what I did on their birthdays, I would make their favorite meal and their favorite cake. And then Christmas, they'd just get a little something extra. I did all my kids that way because of the so many birthdays at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Only one is in July. And when you have 6 kids, that gets to be. So I know what you're talking about.
You have one month where you can get fat every year, right?
Yeah.
All the cake and ice cream come in that 1 month.
Yep.
Lisa, what's going on with your knee right now?
Victor, that's my second son's favorite cake, the pineapple upside down cake.
That's what I made for Thanksgiving.
Yep. I love it. I love baked pineapples.
I did that, and then on top of it, I had I opened up a can of cherry pie filling, and that was the topping for it.
Oh, yeah.
It was either that, or it's going to be strawberry, or maybe apple pie filling, or peach pie filling. And I said, I think we're going to go with the cherries.
Yeah.
Because I already ate a can of blueberries, like a pudding.
She said it feels a lot better.
Good, Lisa. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll hold for a little bit. Who knows? Creator might have injected in some new cartilage and everything else in there. Here, have a little shark cartilage.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just doing my stress ball, trying to keep my fingers moving. They're trying to lock up. And I'm like, nope. My mother, she'll go and get injections in her knees and in her hands. And
Yeah. When they put steroids in it.
yes. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just,
only temporary.
it is. And so I'm not even going to do it.
Yeah. Well, just like machinery, we wear out after a while. Different things go on different people. You could have one of them beautiful old models, and the engine is running good, but boy, I'll tell you what, every piece of molding and little screw that can back out is doing it.
Yeah.
That's me. Boy, the teeth went, the hair went, the skin started sagging, that doggone pretty convertible top's got a few rips in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the engine's still running strong.
That's good.
Oh, North Carolina girl, I'm glad you had the experience with your dream catcher. Good. She said she put her dream catcher up on her ceiling fan pole, and it made her hungry. She ate 4 tacos, and then she had a dream. I'd probably have a dream after 4 tacos too.
Yes. Second one in 3 years, and the last one was a bad premonition. Oh, yeah. Mm. I just, I never would let them do that to me, North Carolina girl. Oh, all my children were natural. I just, nope. Don't give me no medicine.
Yeah, the epidurals have long lasting effects. It's just anytime that you add anything into a major thoroughfare like your spinal cord. Um, Now, I mean, I'm speaking from experience. Not that I've had epidurals, so to speak, but I had spinal meningitis when I was maybe 4, and so I had to experience a lot of spinal taps.
Yes.
Where they tap in to get the spinal fluid and stuff like that, and that. Yeah, anytime that you do that, you're going to have effects afterwards. So.
Yep. Did you have to have a stent put in? Not stent. It's called a shunt, isn't it?
No, no, this was back in 1953.
Okay.
So, that's, I mean, it tells you how old I was. No, so I guess I was 3. I just know that I had to learn how to use my hands and my arms, my legs, my coordination, all that stuff all over again.
Yeah.
After waking up from the having a severe seizures, I mean, the most lasting memory I had is that I was 3 years old and I was in a baby crib with a 4-point restraint, both legs and both hands restrained, and they had me in a diaper. I was so indignant.
Yeah.
I was
Did
a
you
big boy.
Did you quit having the seizures?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they
Good.
caught it in time. It was must have. I think it was a bacterial meningitis. So they give the antibiotics and stuff. So I
Okay,
obviously made it. So
that's good.
I had to hang around so I could have a few more near death experiences, I guess.
Everyone has a purpose. I honestly think that
So what are you doing with your leftovers?
me,
Are they all gone?
yeah, they're pretty much all gone. Uh, we had quite a few people here, and so the girls decided to only cook one turkey, and
Ah, I didn't even take the turkey out of the freezer this year. I'm going to use that for Christmas. I bought a ham and spent $20 for a ham. So
yep.
just Nancy and I and the two dogs and two cats, and so we ate ham for a good 3 days, and then so I saved all the trimmings that I cut off the ham and stuff. I've still got some pieces of ham left, but not too awful much. But I saved the bones. Now I've got 2 pounds of Great Northern white beans soaking. You know
Mm.
what's coming next? Warm nights under the blankets.
Yep. I love that's the one thing I love about winter is making stews and soups and
Yep. Do you save your turkey carcass bones to make your soup out of afterwards?
I didn't this time because actually the turkey was smoked and the girls left it sitting out on the counter too.
Yeah.
Usually I do ham bones, chicken.
And boy, I'm down to get a great, nice big stock going.
Yes.
Every once in a while, we'll get a hankering for chicken soup. And what I do is I go to the grocery store, and you know where you can buy those ready cooked rotisserie chickens?
Yes.
And they have one that's, what is it? I think lemon pepper. It's a
Hmm.
lemon pepper rotisserie chicken, fully cooked. I'll take that thing and break it all up and put it in a pot, and boy, what a chicken soup that makes.
Yes. That's what the kids really like. And what is it called? Oh, the King Ranch chicken that I make. And I started using the rotisserie chicken, and they're like, now they want it all the time. It just has that flavor that. And my youngest daughter actually brought one for Thanksgiving because she won't eat turkey. And I said, there's not that much difference in turkey and chicken, but okay. She says there is.
Yeah. Well, there is a difference in taste, and
Yeah.
there's a difference in the texture of the meat as well. For example, I'm not fond of turkey breast too awful much because even though it's you get it when the bird is first carved and everything like that. For me,
Hmm.
it's much drier than I like the dark meat.
Yes. Usually the breast is what I use to make the pot pie. Usually I have enough left over to make a pot pie the next day.
Uh huh.
But they the girls hit it that day at lunch and that was it. I said, okay.
Was there a big argument over who gets to pull the wishbone?
If there was, I didn't see it. I don't even know if they took the wishbone off the off of it. I don't know. Yeah, they're not like me and my brothers were. We used to, and I can't remember how it was decided who got to pull the wishbone, but there was something. I think we had to draw straws.
Yeah, the little things, you know.
Yep.
My mother used to say, said, darn, she said, I wish these birds would have more than one wishbone. Got to try to figure out which two get to pull the wishbone. And then, of course, mom had to referee to make sure one of us wasn't choking up on the bone, to make the other one lose.
Yes, you got to hold it at the same place.
Yep.
Yeah. We used to do the same with chicken bones, but my kids don't do much of that.
Isn't it funny how we remember those simple joys in life, Bonnie?
Yes.
You can talk to the kids today. Says, "Here, I want you to grab this bone out of this chicken or whatever." Ew! You want me to touch my food with my fingers?
Yeah.
Did you ever see the little funny YouTube video clip where the mother and father pranked their two daughters when they baked the turkey and they had those Cornish game hens inside when they baked it?
No.
So they're having they're gonna have the daughters take the turkey, take everything out of the turkey to serve it, and they found those Cornish game hens that they had cooked inside the turkey, and told them that the turkey must have been pregnant.
Oh no.
And then they had to, of course, the girls were really reacting like the shock and everything, and they finally realized that turkeys lay eggs. That would be me. I would do something like that.
Yeah. I didn't pull much pranks on my kids, but I sure did with my friends. We a lot of pranks going on.
Yeah. Well, it's just used to have fun. Just
Yep.
one year I baked my turkey. When I baked a turkey, Nancy could tell you about this. I had taken it. You know how some people will take this, they'll separate the skin from the breast and then they'll put like butter up underneath the skin and everything else before they bake the turkey.
Mhm.
Well, I did that. I put the spices and everything in there, but I took I took a lemon and I cut it in half, and I put the lemon up underneath the skin. So when I baked, it, you know what it looked like, right?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
We're just the two of us. We got to make our dinners fun.
Yep. I bet she's a joy to be around too.
There's enough things in life that make us, you know, grumpy and that sort of stuff. So I've decided that if I can make giggles and laughs, even if it's at myself, I'm going to do it
Yes.
because it makes me feel better.
Anytime I do something that I think is stupid, I just picture my grandmother. Well, Bonnie, did you learn something?
Yeah, I find myself talking to myself, and I'll say something. Something will go wrong, and I'll say, "Well, how did that work out for you, Gordy?" You can always you can tell who a true friend is. You trip and fall or whatever that somebody that has concerns for you and stuff will say, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?" A true friend will tell you like, "When the hell did you learn to walk, you dumbass?"
You know who I can see doing that is Jeff Riddle. I think that that would be him. He's a character.
Yeah. Oh, we have a lot of characters out there, don't they?
Yes.
And every one of them in their own way is good.
Yep.
You know, if it's even if it's no more than, you know, I say to myself, man, I wish I could have the intensity of that person and the focus, you know,
Mhm.
or I wish I could have the observation skills of this one, you know. But instead, what I found myself saying is, stop saying wish. Just say, wow, I appreciate what that person had, or I appreciate what that person had. Because when I say wish, that makes me think that I'm envying what they are, and I don't want to be that way.
That's true.
I got enough on my plate to not have to worry about wanting what somebody else has got.
Yep. That it took me a long time to learn to quit saying should have.
Yeah.
I should have done this.
And you instead change it. All you gotta do is change a couple of letters and say could have,
Yes.
not should have. Because it comes down to choices. You know, I could be quite well off today had I actually had the money available to me way back when the first cell phones were called car phones. Do you remember way back when they come out with a car phone?
Yes.
You know, these big monstrosity things that
Right.
you carry around, and you can make a telephone call from your car.
I
I
think
could have got in. I could have got in on the ground floor of that for $1,700
oh my goodness.
of the cell phone technology.
Wow.
But $1,700 to me at that time was probably 3 months' pay.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the houses I rented, it was on 5 acres and they offered it to me for $30,000.
Wow.
And I just, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that?
Yeah,
Because our little bank here, it's so easy to get a loan at.
yeah. Well, things happen for a reason.
Yes.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, I knew. I told my son years ago, I think he was 18 and he had just started working full time after he graduated. And I kept telling him, we need to buy some property. And it's like, yeah, never did it.
Yeah.
And now he's saying, I should listen to you a little more. And I said, that property is the best investment you can make, I think.
Well,
Was.
if you have property, you'll always have some place you can go to. You know what I'm saying? Even if there's nothing there.
And that's true too. Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, one of the guys we were helping that lost his home on one of the channels. I was hoping that he would use the money to get a piece of property instead of going to rent something. I don't know what he ever did with it, but those big brick cell phones. Yep, that was it, Victor. I think my mother carried hers in her trunk because it was so big.
Well, there, girly girl. It's 12:30 up here in the Northeast, so
Yep.
I'm gonna put my old crow to bed here.
Thank you so much for coming up, Pappy.
Yeah, Thank you
I
for
have
coming
missed
on there
you.
because there was a lesson you had to give to people. You had to show by example. It works.
Yeah.
And if you had to come up here, Lisa wouldn't have been able to feel all those strangers' hands all over her knee.
That's good.
You have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Everyone in chat, many blessings. We'll see you again soon.
Okay. Take care. Okay, guys. I guess I'm going to shut it down since GJ won't join me up here. No, I know it's late and we need to get to bed. Thank you all for coming over and sitting by the campfire. It was good to see all of you. Love y'all too. Yes, Gigi, we need sleep. I'm glad it's feeling better, Lisa. God bless all of y'all. See you tomorrow night at the campfire. Love ya.